This morning marks the start of a new series right here on News 18 This Morning. So once a month, News 18's Perry Apostolakos and Cody Malin are looking at what it takes to do different occupations around the greater Lafayette area. So this morning, Perry joins us from the Lafayette Police Training Center. Perry, what did you learn about being an officer right here in Lafayette?
Marley, in my 4 hours with Sergeant Verma Sunday night, I learned a lot about what it takes to be in a leadership role within the department and a little bit about how the SWAT team operates. Take a look.
We deal with a lot of stress.
The day-to-day duties of a Lafayette police officer often follow similar patterns, but each shift has its own surprises.
There's sometimes we'll be having a nice normal day and all of a sudden a shots fired call goes out.
I got to see what an often unpredictable night in the life of a police officer is during my ride-along with Lafayette Police Sergeant Shawn Verma. At the beginning of our night, Sergeant Verma responded to a possible operating while intoxicated call. The details were still coming in.
Everything is unknown. So as of right now, the only information that our dispatch got is, hey, there's a car. It flew off of a ramp and it may be flipped over.
With that information, Sergeant Verma was off to the scene. Within minutes, we arrived near downtown Lafayette. The scene was much different from what the original caller described.
We all saw that the vehicle is parked on the side of the road. So that's the kind of misinformation we also get from callers.
Not even 5 minutes later, another possible drunk driving call, this time the south end of town.
They made a traffic stop on this white vehicle. The officer immediately noticed the person is intoxicated. He got all the signs for intoxication. So he's basically going to ask the driver to step out of the vehicle.
The driver was then put through a 3-part field sobriety test. Verma told me this driver failed. He was then handcuffed and taken in for a blood alcohol test. My night with Sergeant Verma continued, now moving to his SWAT team duties.
The type of call that we're going to determines where you'll go on the stack of the SWAT team. So we have members of the team and we're all assigned some sort of job.
SWAT was responding to a domestic situation during the time of my ride along. The suspect did have weapons in the house, warranting response from SWAT. Sergeant Verma's role was to open the door and talk to the suspect.
You're all right. You're all right. Just turn around, buddy. Just turn around for me. Just relax.
Verma says he remained calm in order to keep the suspect from making any rash decisions.
What? We'll talk, okay? We'll go back inside and talk in just a little bit, okay?
With the SWAT situation taken care of, Sergeant Verma's shift continued back to patrol duties. When it comes to those dangerous aspects of the job, it's something his family worries about, especially his mom.
At the end of the day, she's my mom, and the last thing she wants is to see something happen to me. No parent wants to see their child get hurt in any way.
Our night with Verma wrapped up at 2 a.m., but his shift doesn't end until 6 a.m.
And then I go home and I usually shower and relax and go to bed. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't take me much to go to sleep.
Despite the long hours and sometimes stressful situations, Verma wouldn't want any other job.
That is so cool. Perry, it really looked like you got to see a lot during your ride along, but did anything stick out to you or surprise you during your experience with them?
I was actually surprised by the number of officers that would show up to each call, Marley, but Sergeant Verma ended up explaining to me that that's to ensure the safety of the officers at the scene, as well as anybody else who may be involved in the incident.
Pretty cool. And if people do want to try their hands at becoming an officer one day, do they have time to apply?
Well, Marley, actually, the deadline to apply for the open positions at the Lafayette Police Department is Friday, February 4th. So if you've been harboring dreams of becoming a police officer, now's your chance to apply.
Great information. Perry, thank you so much.